On the 3rd of August, girls asked to go in the sea to play, as they did every day of our holiday. The weather was nice, there were other people in the sea, including children. They were up to the waist, jumping, playing, we were watching them from the shore, and everything seemed normal. Then 1 second they began screaming. They looked absolutely terrified. We've noticed they're out of the depth, that something is seriously wrong. They looked like they were fighting for their lives. Straight away I took my phone out and dialed 999, asked for Coast Guard. I saw the lifeboat coming from out the harbour, extremely fast, going really like a rocket.
When we first got into trouble in the water, my sister was shouting at me to float and to stay on my back and keep my arms and legs out. And it kept me floating and kept me alive.
Well, we have these swimming lessons at pools, and easier say to float on your back. Even if you're not a good swimmer, you can still float on your back really easily.
Shocking that it just went from paddling, we weren't even intending swimming that day, to suddenly they're out of depth, pulled out in the current.
I felt so relieved. It almost felt like a dream. I didn't even realise what it was at first. It was just like a massive orange thing just bobbing up and down over towards me. I felt very relieved and very happy.
It was absolutely amazing because we wanted to say thank you to them. At the time when girls were rescued, we were with everyone in the station. We were so traumatised, tired, exhausted, emotional. We did say thank you to everyone, but we thought it'd be amazing to see them again, and especially the call handler at Coast Guard. He was incredible. He was very calm, very supportive. I was trying to explain what's happening, what I see, where I am, when I can see them when they're moving in the sea, and he was incredible. So it was absolutely amazing to see him and say thank you to him in person. Younger children can tell them just float like a starfish, just reach, put your arms out and legs out and float. Whenever you're in danger, you're not sure what to do in the sea, in the water, just go straight on your back as an automatic thing, because you never know when that skill will save a child's life. So I think reminding children, telling them to do it and practicing, it's extremely important.
Well, obviously we were so grateful for what they did. They were so supportive, and they're all wonderful people, so it's just to have the opportunity to come back to see everybody has been wonderful.
If you see someone in difficulty, just dial 999, ask for Coast Guard. They'll connect with RNLI and send the lifeboat out. Don't wait and observe, assuming someone else will make the call. If you can, shout to them to float on the backs, yes, please do, and stay calm. It is extremely difficult situation if you see that, but stay calm.
When I said straight away that she was in Barmouth, it kind of took me by surprise a bit. So once I sort of narrowed down the area that she was, ascertained obviously her exact location, we got to launching the lifeboats. Obviously she made it clear that there was 3 persons, obviously her 2 daughters and husband in the water that she'd lost sight of. So obviously we got the RNLI launched straight away. Then after that went back for the further information, sort of ascertained who it was in the water, what had happened, how long they'd been in the water, as many details as possible really, just to keep feeding back to obviously the assets. Not very often at all that you get to come back and obviously meet the family, speak to them, meet them in person and say such lovely people. Couldn't have been any happier to come back and do it, to be honest. Straight away, if you see even if you're not 100% sure, say it's what we're there for, dial 999 and ask for the Coast Guard.
Okay, thank you. We went through several breaking waves, and then out of nowhere we just saw Mabel. She was lying on her back in the starfish position, which was the advice that was shouted to her by her 10-year-old sister Elsie. I called out to her to let her know that we were there, and she rolled over onto her front as if to try and swim to us. But her legs sank, and she just wasn't able to swim. I could see the look of terror in her eyes. The waves were breaking over again, and she started to take water in. We just shouted out to her to get back onto her back, and she just literally straight away came back up to float again, and she was back in her starfish position, floating on top of the water.
I think it was absolutely essential that she floated. It gave her it kept her calm, it stopped her taking on board any more water, and it gave those vital minutes that it took the lifeboat to be able to respond and get there and get the successful outcome that we got.